Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your Thursday college football. Pretty nice matchup here. It's kind of like under the radar. We've got Eastern Carolina hosting an Army here. Eastern Carolina favored by 6, total of 52.5. Before we get to it, we've got a new promo code this week. Get your 10% off code. Use that promo code HOT10. So no spaces. Just put that in. You get 10% off. All right, let's kick us off here. What do you like here? Army and Eastern Carolina. Eastern Carolina favored by 6.
Okay, so one thing, Craig, I think why people like us so much is because we research our stuff so well. We provide as much content as we can for them because we really enjoy what we do. So you get Army here, who's a 1-2 team, versus East Carolina, who is a 2-2 team. All right. So let us set the canvas for you. Army won 45-28 last year, as that game went over 54 points. Right. Army comes into this game losing to North Texas 38-45, but Army is a team that beat Kansas State on the road outright, 24-21. They also lost to Tarleton State 27-30 as a 14-point chalk. So that is how they are 1-2. East Carolina rolls in, of course, losing to BYU 13-34. But East Carolina team is a team that had covered the previous 3 in a row, right? They covered against NC State, they covered against Campbell, they covered against Coastal Carolina, and then they got slaughtered by BYU. So it's not entirely their fault. I like the fact, keep in mind that both these teams come off a loss. Both these teams come off their worst defensive performance. Army gave up 45 points in the last game. That is the most they've given up in a long time. So you got to go back to Notre Dame from 2024, November 23rd. That's a lot of points for this team. East Carolina gave up 34 points. That's the most that they've given up when they faced Navy back in November 29th of last year. So bear that in mind. So both these teams come off horrible defensive performances. Total sits at 52. But I have a soft spot here because I really like East Carolina. I do. So Army returns 4 starters on offense. East Carolina, Army returns 5 on defense, right? East Carolina, of course, has, a coaching staff here, they have a coaching staff with Blake Harrell, who's obviously a defensive coordinator who came over from the Mike Houston era. I like both the under and I like East Carolina here, but I think I like East Carolina more because of the fact that they got beat so badly at BYU. And this is a team that almost beat NC State because they lost 17-24. And I think that win is an impressive win, right? NC State at the end of the day, played Duke relatively tough, beat Wake, beat Virginia, and beat ECU. And I think as this team is at home, as this team beat Coastal Carolina 38-0, played pretty well against. Yeah, so I'm gonna take East Carolina minus the points. I know people want to take the points here. I'm not that impressed by Army in this fact that they lost to North Texas, they lost to Tarleton State, and they did beat Kansas State, but I'm not high on Kansas State at all, right? Kansas State lost to Army. They beat North Dakota by just 3 points as 27.5 point favorite. They've lost their last 4 covers. So I'm going to back East Carolina here minus the points. Craig, who do you like in this game on a total of 52.5?
Use that free $60 account for new customers, IC/CT, docsports.com/ICCT. Get you a free $60 account to use just like cash. So make sure you get in, use that $30. You can buy a top play from myself. You get a top play from IC, or you can just use it on, say, the week pass and pay the difference. Make sure you get in on it. I would slightly lean to Army. I hate when teams have to play the triple options without a full week to prepare. Like, you'd like to have an off week to prepare, to be very honest. I'm sure usually when you have that, you probably have been working for a few weeks on some triple option stuff. So that way on a short week, you're not so far behind. But I would slightly lean with the points. I do think this actually, you take Eastern Carolina over their team total points because I don't think this is a good Army defense. And thus, they've had to try to outscore teams this year. Even when they beat Kansas State, they really had to put up a lot more points than you would think. So I would take the team total for Eastern Carolina as my official pick. If you said you had to take a side, I would probably lean in a short week to the underdog Army. But a much smaller play, the much stronger play is the team total for Eastern Carolina. So that's what I like in this one. Don't forget, you click after this video. That's where you can get all of our picks for the week, including we do the Thursday night football, we do the Friday college football, and both, of course, Saturday's full slate and Sunday's full slate, including the Monday night football game as well in NFL. So hit the like and subscribe and put in the comments what you like. Good luck.